It's about 8:30 here at Big Bend National Park, and I just parked at the bottom last entrance to the window trail, getting ready to do Pulliam Peak, which is up there but behind that point up there. So I'm going to be heading up the ravine there. I just have to head down into this wash here and then up the other side and then basically straight up the ravine. It's supposed to be 87 today, so it's going to be a warm one. I'm planning on doing as much as I can today. I have no idea how long this will take. Straight line distance, it looked like maybe 1.5 miles, but it's going to end up being more than that with all the weaving in and out of vegetation here. Getting higher up though. Okay, here's that outcropping that I could see from below. I still have a good ways to go. I can see up further. But making progress. I think it might be best just to get down into the wash, if there is a wash down there, and just try to follow that as best as I can. The vegetation's gotten thicker and thicker, so it's been a little tougher to negotiate. And it's getting steeper. Yeah, those points up there are still pretty high up. All right, I'll get the camera put away again. I may just go all the way up to the ridge. I may take another break and film, we'll see. There's the high point that I was just below, well, a while ago. So making progress, definitely getting higher up. This other ravine here leads up to another high point. I think it's point 6905. This place is really neat, really neat. Okay, getting higher up, and I'm pretty sure that's the ridge where I'm heading. I'm gonna get up to the top there and bear more to the right as I go up. And then Pulliam should just be a short ways off to the right, somewhere up there. Okay, made it up here to, well, what I was calling the ridge, but it's more like a saddle. So I made it up here to the saddle. North is this direction. And then Pulliam, maybe just this point right up here. I'm gonna look at the map just to make sure, but this could be it right up here. Okay, getting close to the Pulliam Peak summit. Just right up here. Not too far from the saddle, but it was pretty steep initially. And it kind of leveled out a bit more. Okay, this looks like it here, Pulliam Peak. It's right around 6,800 something. Huh. I guess I'm kind of here. So this is the Pulliam Bluff over here. And this right here is not really much higher than the bluff. And actually point 6905 over there is even higher than here. I'm gonna go for that next. Okay, this is the view from the top of Pulliam Peak. So there's Vernon Bailey Peak there. Marked about 200 feet lower than here, but it doesn't look that much lower, at least from here. Nice day today. Yeah, it's supposed to be about 87. Sunny. This is beautiful up here. So there's Lost Mine Peak up there. And then the Crown Mountains are out that way. So yeah, point 6905 in the foreground, and then Casa Grande in the background, and then Toll Mountain Emery Peak. Beautiful views. Okay, there's Pulliam Peak where I just came from. And I made it to the top of point 6905. Probably better views from here than from Pulliam, actually. There's Panther Peak right there. There's a smaller one down lower, that's Wright Mountain. So Panther Peak is another possibility today, although it's going to be a lot hotter and there's going to be basically no shade on that hike. It'd be pretty steep too. Wright Mountain, I do not know if that's climbable without climbing gear. It might be. And then Pummel Peak over there, the further one, I think that would be climbable without gear. I think you can make a route up that. So possibly Panther Peak at this afternoon. I'm kind of thinking no though on that one, just because it's going to be really hot. I still have a long way back down. There's Lost Mine Peak, and then the further one is Crown Mountain, and then the one on the right of it and a little bit closer is Crown Mountain West Peak. Yeah, Casa Grande and Emery. So there's a summit marker up here too. Not all the peaks have them, some do, some don't. And so this ravine down here leads back to the one that I came up, but there was that cliff there right at the bottom of this ravine. And I'd like to take the easy way out and just try to get down this way, save myself a lot of distance, but if I can't negotiate that cliff, then I'm really in trouble. I'm just gonna have to climb all the way back out, which is a pretty steep climb. So anyway, I'm gonna go down the way I came, and then back to the saddle. I'm not going to go back to Pulliam, so I'll save myself a lot of climbing that way. So I basically have to head back to somewhere around that farther point over there, and then I'll head back down, and down should be pretty fast. Okay, summit number 2 today, point 6905. It was Pulliam Peak first. Time to head back down. A couple more views down there is the lodges and the visitor center, and then the campground parking lot is down there, so that's where I started. Long way down, probably about, I don't think it's a 2,000 foot difference, maybe a little bit less. I don't think this is 6,900. I think that's still higher than 4,900 there, although it might be pretty close. Okay, that's the saddle. Yeah, that was a slope up to Pulliam, so it was steeper than it looked from the saddle for sure. Anyway, I'm just gonna head kind of down this way, get back down into the ravine, and then make the best time possible back down. Okay, well, I'm back in the ravine. I've been back here for a little while, just following what is turning into a bigger wash now. So making good time. I think I left the summit of 6905 around 10:15. So time to head down. There's a real cool section in the forest. I'm going to pull the camera out again once I get down there. Okay, just been coming down through the forest now. It's really just a deciduous forest here. It's pretty cool. You seem like you're in a different place, almost somewhere back east. Yeah, just giant cliffs on the sides here, both sides. It's really nice. These are a good couple hundred feet, if not more. They're really far up there. Okay, I should meet up with that other ravine pretty soon. I'm going to keep the camera out, at least until then. Yeah, see right here you can tell there's somewhat of a path. I'll try to film for a little bit. It's not too steep right here. A lot of leaves. I think I'm coming up to that other ravine pretty soon. Just down maybe 50 yards or so. Yeah, this is a pretty neat spot. It'd be tough to see where you're going in the summertime. At least I think a little bit more with all the leaves. Well, these bushes here still kind of have all their leaves on them. Yeah, this is definitely a little easier in the winter time. You see where you're going a little bit better. Okay, here's that other ravine that came down from point 6905. You can't see it. But anyway, right there, looks like about a 20-foot cliff. Maybe even further, it goes down pretty far. There may be something over here you could climb down behind this face. I'm not sure. I'm not going to explore too much, but nah, I think it's all cliffs, yeah. Okay, back in the full sun now. Basically coming out of the ravine, canyon. Still fighting through a lot of thick vegetation, just been cutting under this stuff and following the path where I find it and just making the best way where I'm not on it. Okay, I made it back down to the road here. I'm starting back up just below the campground. I came down one of these slopes right here, but I'm just gonna take the road back up here. Maybe my lowest point down here is around 4,900 feet, I hope, because that would be 2,000 feet of climbing. Had a little tougher time going down for some reason than I usually do. Not sure what it was. Okay, here's a bigger shot of the ravine. You can't really, I don't think anyway, see the saddle up there. I don't think that's it. I think it's a little further beyond that, but it might be. It might be that other slope that went up to the left. So I made it down in an hour and 15 minutes. There may even be a route up to point 6905, up through there, and then up to the top, which I don't think I'm seeing it here. I think it's a little behind there. Okay. Well, it's about 11:45. Gotta figure out what to do next here.